Hi everyone, it's Razyel Kayne and welcome to the night shift. And today, later in about 30 minutes, I'll bring in my guest Jimmy G from The Good, the Bad, the Awesome. And we already have some people in the chat. Hello, Quentin Rom. Yeah, fi- how you doing? And here's my lovely girlfriend. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. And then we'll have my guest in 30 minutes. It's been a good week for me at work anyway. I'm finally done doing two posts, two position. I've fully transferred to my new role. So I'm really happy about that. It's less stressful. So it's going to be, I don't know, fun times. But we're going to go ahead and start the show. And as usual, I start with my sponsor, DJC Collectibles, which is a fantastic online store. And at the end of the video, you can get your 10% discount code for anything Transformers. What do we have this week? New pre-orders. Wrestling fans, you can get another John Cena. I'm guessing it's not the first one. This looks interesting, but Hot Toys is a bit out of my price range. At $525. But the Badlands Predator looks really good. And then I saw these things. Now, if any parents out there know that these three girls have taken possession of our televisions sometimes this summer and also our radios, and they just never let go. Today, they are still the number 10 movie on Netflix. Crazy. So when I saw the pre-orders for these, I'm like, my son really loves them, so maybe. But then I realized, oh, they're Hot Toys, $379. I don't think I can compete with, my wallet can compete with that. Can't live with that. It's pretty crazy, but they look really good. I mean, honestly, the details on these ladies is pretty amazing. With the weapons, looks really good. So, and I know my boy Jimmy G knows about those, and he likes them, and maybe he'll get them. I don't know why she's more expensive. I guess she has like more accessories and stuff, but damn, that's a lot of money. And then you get a Deadpool, and then new arrivals. You can get a Jada Toys Frosty the Snowman action figure and a Tony the Tiger. Your Mask are in. Unfortunately, Mask is something I could never get into because it never really played when I was a kid. It was on cable and I didn't have cable, so I never grew attached to that. I remember my friend had the Condor. So that's a cool vehicle, but I don't know. To me, it's not better than Transformers. Then you have some Marvel figures. And then incoming next week or in the next 2 weeks, you have some Star Wars. Let's see if there's any Transformers incoming. Nope. G.I. Joe's and Star Wars. Oh, and Captain Canuck. I should probably get one of those. But Captain Canuck, it's wow. Captain Canuck. Why not? All right. Now, this week's topic is something that I've been thinking about, and it's the importance of the aerial bots. Everybody knows the episode War Dawn, which, is pretty iconic to G1 fans because it created so much lore about Optimus Prime, his origins, the golden age of Cybertron, Megatron's first attack, or maybe not first attack, but first witness account of what happened. That's when we got introduced to a lot of different new concept. Guardian robots, which were blue and white repaints of Omega Supreme, who's sitting right there. You have a few different things that came from Wardon. But then before that, you had the episode The Key to Vector Sigma, right? Where Alpha Trion creates 5 planes at the behest of Optimus Prime. And those planes, become the aerial bots, and they have their rough beginnings where they don't want to follow the Autobots. They don't understand why they have to protect humans. And Slingshot, who's such a dick, keeps complaining about it, but then Silverbolt, kind of steers him in the right direction. So you have that kind of a loophole, right? That temporal loop where Alpha Trion created the people that will bring him Optimus Prime and start the Great War or prevent Megatron from completely conquering Cybertron, and that's 5 million years ago, or no, that was 9 million years ago. So that there's that anyway. That's a time loop, but then you get to the episode "Forever is a Long Time Coming," right? Where some quintessence scientist is poking around on a big computer on a floating asteroid, and he opens a temporal rift, or I don't remember, an accident happened and it opens a gate to the past. So at that point you have Blaster and a couple of his cassettes with Blur, get thrown in the past. And then they meet Beta, who I'm a huge fan of Beta. Actually, I really want to have a Beta. I'm hoping Hasbro make a Beta. So they have that whole thing where, and then in the future or the present, you have Alpha A3, a young, brown pinch version of Alpha Trion, which we discover later is Alpha Trion. So during A3's time in our present, or anyway, 2006 present, he gets into a bit of a scuffle. There's explosion, and then Superion get a hold of A3 and tells him like, "Oh, I don't think we're gonna make it." And then I guess the spirit of the present day Alpha Trion, who's part of the Matrix at this point, or part of Vector Sigma, kind of appears and possess the body of A3 and tells Superion that if A3 must live so that Alpha Trion can live, which by the same point is A3 must live so that the aerial bots can live and Optimus can live. So then the aerial bots or Superion, in a burst of strength and speed and temporal shenanigans, gets A3 back to the portals, sends it back. So without that intervention, or that tempering, A3 never gets to go to the future, never get, or no, he gets to go to the future, never gets to make it back in the past, never frees the Autobot slave, because they all have that slave mark. They never free the slave. The Quintessons remain in control or stay longer in control of Cybertron. Therefore, Megatron maybe doesn't rise there. So it's a whole temporal shift. Like you have a 3 episode factor of temporal stuff that kind of, if anything of those events don't happen, the aerial bots don't get created. But then at the same time, if the aerial bots are not created in the future or the present, then Alpha Trion doesn't survive and Optimus doesn't get created. So how important are the aerial bots? I think they're the pivotal, like Doctor Who would probably say a fixed point in time where the aerial bots are needed in the G1 story. Like if you remove them from the story, it could potentially, collapse whatever space-time continuum and stuff like that. So I've been thinking about that. So I want to know what you guys think. Hey, we have some new people in the chat. Sorry, you have Ultra Megatronus, my roommate at the upcoming TFCon Orlando in October, and then you have my other roommate who will also be at Orlando, and that's cool. And then we're missing Norbs. You guys chat with Norbs. Tell him to come on the show. Devoid of Logic. Hey man, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. And then we have Timmy Gallardo. I think that's a new name. I don't think maybe we've interacted on Facebook, but that's a new name on Facebook. So welcome to the night shift. I appreciate you giving it a shot. I hope you enjoy it. Really, it's just a place for people to come hang out, chat, and listen to my stupid stuff. So yeah, yeah, exactly. Doctor Who tie-in. So tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that the aerial bots are not the most important sub team in Transformers, and I won't believe you because of everything I've just explained or tried to explain. I actually pitched that idea to Rodimus Primal, but he probably will do a better job explaining all this. You know what everything going around. So it might be interesting to see his take on it because he's a TF wiki on legs basically. That's Rodimus Primal. If you haven't checked his channel, you should definitely give it a shot because he's at 110,000 sub now. So things are doing pretty good for him. So all right, cool, confirmed. All right, to go. Thanks. Don't forget to subscribe and all that stuff. So oh, my wife said I have nice hair. Yeah, I just got them cut. Sorry. My camera's a little lowered today, but still playing with the equipment and trying to make this into a watchable show. So, all right. And now at this point, we're going to transition and go to the news. And again, that contest is still open. If somebody wants to make a transition video, send it to me, and I'll maybe run a contest or something. But for now, when we go into the news, that's gonna be the intro, or maybe it's the topic intro. Anyway, I'm gonna use it once a week. So if you want to get your news, you want to go at tformers.com. Mm. Sorry, talking like that nonstop dries you out. So tformers.com. So we have a couple figures that were revealed today. This guy, which my wife mentioned that they look like those white insects that propagate in warehouse where there's a lot of humidity. So I'm like, all right, so that's a space cockroach basically. And then you have the brick to smash him with. That's a comment I just used on the Lex Baldwin's news video. So yeah, I mean, this looks interesting. This does not. I think this is like the Superion legs with added wings, like not the legs, but the Superion back carriage with extra wings and a nose. You know, so because apparently this thing connects to other combiner parts. Um, because Nexus is like the first combiner. I don't know. I'm not familiar with these guys. You have Smokescreen. I prefer Smokescreen with his new, like his second deco, where it's more colorful. But that's a nice looking car. So he looks a little play schoolish, I have to say. Like it doesn't look like a Age of the Prime toy. It looks more like Cyberverse, but I could be wrong. So that's interesting. Oh, yeah, you have the new, well, it's a video, no picture, but the new MPG Optimus Prime style generation. So that's where they try to combine different version of Optimus Prime to give us a unified look. I don't know if people are happy about that. It's like another Optimus Prime. We have so much of them. Swapticons, I mean, if that's your thing, go ahead. So both Ironhide and Ratchet turn into a van, and then you have a crocodile. So who's this? Uh, Punch, Double Punch, and Scorponok, of course. Why not? And then anyway, these things. It's not for me. Okay, I totally wanted to get these. The McDonald's Happy Meal. Hey, we have clinical morning, my friend. Yeah, exactly. Like a video cassette with wings. That's what Nexus Prime looks like. So you have okay, these guys. I went to McDonald's today. They didn't have them, or they didn't show it. I expected that I was going to get them, but then I look at the picture. I thought they were more like reissues of the 1980s thing. Oh, then you have like a game also. I thought they were going to be more like what we had as a kid. Like this is their pumpkin. Like we have two of those, the real ones, the Halloween pumpkin. But if you look at the transformation and stuff, it looks like even more simple than what we had. And then they all have look those googly eyes and those and that's like the garbage can, which we had some of these molds, but I think they've remolded them. Like this is not the face I remember for the French fries. And the arms, so it's these are all brand new molds. You know, kind of was a little silly of me to expect like reissues, but at first that's what it looked like. Like that's the screen. No, this is the screen where you can punch in your order if you don't want to talk to anyone. Another garbage can. Like I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's fun, but these are too kiddified for me. I mean, this kind of looks terrible, and this, like it's just what it's a square that and all the parts are inside. So, and then like that's the we had like a white one like that, but it was like the styrofoam mold, and then the legs just fold out. So I don't know. I guess I realize I'm starting to grow up and now at 40, almost 48 years old. So I kind of decided, and they're between in Canada between $4 to $8 each. There's 16 of them. I wanted to buy, I thought there was only eight. I was going to buy like each of them for $5, so $40. It's not a bad deal, but now it's too expensive. So yeah, I skipped those. But I mean, if you like them, you win. Uh, Still have a bit of time. So, the Zone Core. What is this? T Spark Transformer Overgear Action Figure Series. Okay. So a new toy line with great mount model. That's cool. DNA Design Upgrade Kit. Yeah, I'm not gonna go over that. You can check Deluxe Baldwin's video for that. Comparison image of so on the right you have the original Studio Series release, and on the left you have the new one. I think I'm colorblind, right? Are they saying which one? Anyway, so this is the two difference between the Studio Series 86 and the new More Than Meets the Eye collection. So I ordered the More Than Meets the Eyes collection. I'm looking forward to it because I need to update my hot rod. You can pre-order all of your expensive Transformers. So, oh, no more pictures than that. All right. So the MPG hot rod, the side swiped from the second movie. Yeah, I have it in red and silver deco. Missing Link Grimlock and the green jade, whatever color, but the green Lio Prime. So there you go. And what else? Oh, and the Battle Studios. Okay. Oh, it's a video. No, I don't want to get hit with copyright strike and stuff. So Optimus and Megatron with battle damage. I mean, if you like that, go ahead, enjoy it. And then there was one thing I wanted to show, but I'm not finding it, so maybe later. Oh yeah, no, this the Predaking apparently is shipping early. So if you had this on pre-order and you maybe your credit card's going to get hit sooner than expected, but good stuff. One thing I did want to go over, like a few things. First, the Masterverse trailer. I'm not gonna play the trailer, but I was looking for pictures and I couldn't find. Okay, the fact that Adam is stealing a blade from Conan, like the power sword from Conan, is absolutely hilarious because there's a direct connection that Masters of the Universe was inspired, or He-Man was inspired by Conan, and the Frazetta style and everything. So, and then we have a couple action figures. Anyway, I'll get back to that in a second. But it's kind of cool to have that. I mean, the pink shirt with the blue jeans, blue pants. But it looks really good. Like I think Castle Grayskull looks. Maybe let me maximize this. I think Castle Grayskull looks good. I know what they were going for it. It's not doing it for me, but it looks the part, you know. This looks absolutely amazing. That's the power sword. There's no doubt about it. It's gonna be fantastic. That's I'm 100% behind that design. There you go. And then you have scenes of Eternia, you know, and then you have young Adam, and then you have a super missed opportunity. Why isn't Battle Cat in there, or at least Cringer? Like nobody would have complained. Oh, where's the lion? No, you put Battle Cat there, and it makes absolute sense. Anyway, and there's explosion, and then Queen Marlena flips out and sends Adam to Earth. Why Earth? Okay, the only Earth connection, if you forget that there was a Christmas special, the only Earth connection is that Marlena, I think that's her name anyway, she was an astronaut from Earth. Her shuttle went awry and she landed on Eternia. That's it. That's it. So technically, Adam is a half human, but I think they're all humans anyway. He's just half Earthling. So she sends him to Earth, which never happened in this series. And now, okay, people are flipping. That's a great joke. This is a great joke. There was a post by my friend Bert, the stormtrooper. A guy named Chaz, of course, is complaining, saying, "Oh, they did the pronoun thing. I'm out." You're gonna miss out, Chaz. You're gonna miss out. This is a great joke. Adam is struggling, and then he goes and gets the power sword from Conan, which is hilarious. He's gonna end up this summer in Eternia. He's gonna hold the sword. He's gonna, I don't know if he lost his memory for that, or you have Tila. She kind of looks okay. Um, and then okay, Roboto, not a fan of the design, but it looks good. Man at Arms, I don't care that he's black. Everybody's flipping out about that, or some people are flipping about that. It's Idris Alba. He's gonna pull it off. You're gonna love it. Shut up. Adam Teal, and then Cringer. He looks good for a CGI character. He's a little big for a Cringer though. Like that's Battle Cat size. So I hope he's a coward. And then you have they're going and there's explosions, and this is the main actor. The thing is that he already looks big. I mean, the toy, well, I guess Adam in the show looked big too, but it doesn't make sense that he's that big. And then you have armies, some guy, Spy Corps. I guess that's Spy Corps. So, and then look at that. Like, respect the source material. That's Trapjaw. Like 100%. You cannot go, so that's why I'm a little weirded out with Roboto's design. Then you have, where is it? It's kind of hard to come on, come on, come on. I don't want to play it, but you have anyway, that's okay, there you go. Beastman. I mean, it's not 100% accurate, but it looks good. And then we get a shot of Evil Lynn somewhere. Come on. Alison Brie is not a bad choice. You can I almost had her. Anyway. She's not a bad choice for the role. I think it's going to be interesting. And then, but the thing is that when he becomes E-Man, because we do see it at some point, he has the power, you know, here. What time is it? All right. So he has the power, he gets the power, and that's all good. But I have to say, he's a little small, but I prefer a great actor. I don't know. I've never seen anything that he's in. But if he's a good actor, I can live with the smaller frame. But I want to see some real feats of strength. I don't want to just see swordplay. I want him to rub his hand on sand super fast and create glass, then break that glass and then make a prison for a giant scorpion. That's one episode I'll never forget. I want feats like that, super speed, or warm up stuff. Or take a huge boulder and throw it to the sun. This guy can beat Superman. There's a comic about that. So I want to see true feats of strength. But anyway, then Icon Collectibles, those are the pre-orders. I talked about those. So those are the that's cool to have that when the movie's coming out because those are Masters of the Universe retro style figures of Conan, like the Frazetta universe, because Frazetta inspired He-Man. So now they're doing figures kind of like that. It's but I saw a post where the pre-orders are about done. So you might want to get those ready. And then you have the variant for the Frazetta Girl website. So there you go. And the last thing I'm going to mention is TFCon Orlando. I have my hotel reservation thanks to Ultra Megatronus. I booked my vacation time and I just bought my plane ticket. So I want to see you there. And if you do see me, if somehow you recognize me, come say hi. That would mean the world. And I cannot wait to meet up with my friends. It's going to be so cool to see everybody again. So that's it for the news. And now is he there? He's there. I'm going to bring in my guest. I just have to set up something first. If I don't say which scene he's in, he's going to end up in every scene, and it's kind of weird. So I have to turn this on, bring him here. Oh, there you go. Wrong scene. Why isn't it switching? It's not switching fast enough. Restream is so slow, I have to say. So, how you doing, Jimmy? Your mic is not working. Sorry, no, take your time, man. Take your time. I'm just gonna take no, I can't hear you. All right, sorry, people. I'm just gonna go in the private chat because he couldn't hear me earlier. Oh, maybe he's muted. Oh, could it be? No, my sound is on for him, and he's not muted, so that's not it. Oh,
you got me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. This is
all right, everybody. Now, okay, I'm going to reintroduce him again. Hold on.
Yeah, move me out, and then we can do it all over.
Okay, you have to stay close to your mic, though. I think it's not picking up too far.
Oh no, what happened was I'll tell you later.
Okay, cool. All right, so everybody, welcome to the Night Shift, and now with Jimmy G from the Good, the Bad, the Awesome, a channel who skyrocketed, surpassed mine within a year. Had terrible success, fantastic success. Really happy for him, and a generous guy at that. Not only did he, the first weekend we met at Baltimore, did he gift me a Iron Factory Fallen. 2 months later, he sends me the Missing Link, Bumblebee, and Cliffjumper. Just, during a conversation, said, "Oh, I'll send them to you." How generous is that?
I love giving stuff. I think it's fun. I think that's what's great about this community is that we all take care, we look out for each other, and it's the Transformers community is one of those that it's not like I love the anime community, but they can be very divided. But Transformers, it seems, even though we maybe have heated debates and stuff, we still ultimately at the end of the day love this plastic crack that we play with all the time. So
plastic crack. I think that term was coined by Patriot Prime at one point, or maybe Bert. But yeah, I mean, it's that's why we get together. That's why we interact with each other and help each other with hunts and sending each other figures and stuff like that. It's really it's a good community.
No, definitely it is. But yeah, what's up, folks? Yeah, the beginning part will probably end up in a blooper reel. Like at the end of the year, Raz will have a blooper reel, and we'll kind of go over that and put sound effects to it. So
I don't make that many mistakes. So I don't think I have enough material for it.
Oh, I've got years already in like 2 years on YouTube. I've got years of blooper reels.
I did two. I think I did. Yeah, the beginning with my voice actor spotlight, I did 2 blooper reels. Like at 1 year anniversary, but then eventually it's just tedious to go back and just catch all of your mistakes.
Yeah,
which most of them were me swearing in French, and you can't really put that, it would just be a bunch of beeps everywhere. So
Yeah, yeah. I think the
yeah,
biggest mistake I ever made in my first, so I'm a huge Voltron fan. You know that, Raz.
yeah.
I love Voltron, and so I did a review of a Voltron, and I put the yellow and the blue lion legs on the wrong place, and
Oh,
so
how dare you?
yeah, I know, right? And I caught it and I fixed it, but all through the comments, people were just like roasting me on that. They're like, "Oh, you don't know what you're doing" and stuff. So then I started doing it on purpose, just like just doing it just
That's
because
the way to do
it
it.
was fun. And then people kind of caught on, but it's fun. I'm always making mistakes. I will get facts and stuff wrong. I'm kind of your drunk history about Transformers. Like I'll make it up. But ultimately love to have a good time, and loved meeting you. I think one of the things that I know you said I skyrocketed, but you were one
You
of the
did.
inspirations for my channel
Oh, come
on that.
on,
So
come
you
on.
were absolutely you, Deluxe, and
Deluxe, I get.
yeah, you
You-
Deluxe,
you-
Billy the Kid was one too as well on that. And so and the reason why is because y'all are really like down to earth.
Yeah, okay.
There's no BSing or anything like that. You'll tell it like it is, whether you like it or not. But you could really sense the passion out of that. And I didn't discover some of the other people till later, but I just really can sense in y'all's channel. And that's the thing. Passion is really, really contagious that y'all
It
really
is.
love what you do. And so, sometimes our views don't show it, but you know what? Even though they don't, we still have fun with it, and it's just great. And
Yeah.
you get to play with it, and like I got to play with my little new age sideswipe. I'm not going to call him by his other name because
You have
I don't
Dick
want you to.
already?
I do. I have him in my hand. He's right
Oh
here.
man,
So
mine is on the way. Oh
yeah,
man, I have to
I
check
don't know
my.
if I
Hold
can.
on,
Whoop.
I'm gonna pull up my tracking right now, see where he's at. But no, I did not receive my Dick yet.
Oh well, someday you'll get it.
Yeah, exactly. I'll hit
Yeah,
puberty.
yeah.
Man, I gotta check that tracking because I really want that to complete that. But I don't think I'll buy other new age. Like, I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of it's expensive for such a tiny figure.
Yeah, but I mean, they got that masterpiece articulation, the really cool engineering and stuff like that in that tiny package. So, some people are character collectors. I know you like Sunstreaker is your guy
Yeah,
on
I'm a
that.
character collector in a sense. Like if you compare, let's say, well, I don't want to compare myself to the great ones, but if you compare me to Deluxe Baldwin is a Transformers collector. He
Yes.
will love anything that transforms. He's, he loves the articulation, the paintwork, the design, the obscure characters, non-transformers. Like he reviewed a transforming toilet and he loved it. He's he's a Transformers collector. I'm a character collector.
Yeah.
I want everybody on that poster, which you can't see right now, but it's
Is it the Sunbow poster?
no, it's I don't know if you're familiar with channel the Comic Relief Crusader. A
Yeah.
man, okay. So Mike Lorber, who runs that channel, he designed posters for comparison size.
Okay.
He has one from season 1 all the way to season 3, and then he has one for like the Japanese continuity and then Transformer Prime, and so it's a poster with lines for like height and everything so that he can
Nice.
calculate the different size. So it's really cool.
Yeah, I know for me, like I will get every side swipe I can try to get my hands on because that was my very first Transformer. That was my first love. That was the first one my dad got me, and I've got his vintage. But if there's a side swipe out there, I will do my best to pick it up.
Funny you should say that. Me and Memo. You're familiar with Memo?
Hmm.
Okay, so his favorite Autobot is Sideswipe, but he didn't have a G1. So
Really?
yeah, so I sent him for Christmas. We exchanged gift. He sent me a DX9 Sideswipe and a Magic Square, the white leg like the Toon
Hmm.
Deco version,
Yeah.
because I already had the silver version, like for the legs and accessory, and so I guess the toy version. So he sent me that, and I sent him a G1 Sideswipe with Toy Hacks decals. so that
Nice.
you could refresh, the worn out look. So I went on eBay, and then that's when I realized that if you order from eBay and you are already in the States, most of the time it's free shipping, which is
Yeah.
absolute bullshit for Canadians because every time I want to order anything, it starts at $40.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now I told Martin, Ultra Megatronus, if I find something on eBay, I'm just gonna ship it to you, and then you'll bring it to me at TFCon.
There you go. There you
I'm
go.
gonna save. So we're gonna smuggle Transformers now.
That's
Hey,
good.
fellow Canadian. Oh, talking of Canada, I totally forgot to mention that Catherine O'Hara died.
Yeah, I saw that.
Canadian
Yeah.
actress, SCTV, and a legend. We watch her every Christmas and every
Yep.
Halloween for that matter. She's there every holidays, and she passed. So that's terrible.
Yeah,
But
I love
thanks for stopping by, Ben.
yeah, I love the shows that the movies that she does with Christopher Guest and them. Like there was the dog show one, and there's several. But yeah, she's a legend. She is. I saw the
Yeah,
picture of Macaulay Culkin, and her. The last picture that they
yeah,
took, it was kind of cool. So
yeah.
it's
But
sad. There's
I
a lot of
love
people that we're losing. Yeah.
well that scene to me. My favorite scene in any movie is in Beetlejuice when they're dancing around the table
Yes.
because of the fact that they have to memorize the choreography, do
Hmm.
all those moves, but then at the same time they have to sing, lip sing, and
Yep.
then they have to look confused and not understanding what's happening as they're doing it. Too bad the other actor in the scene turned out to be a pedophile and now, went to
Yeah.
prison and everything. So that he was my favorite actor of all time, and then found out all that bullshit. I'm like, can't watch it. Like, I still watch
Yeah.
the product, but I'm like Ferris Bueller, another great
Yeah.
classic, kind of destroyed by what he did. So anyway,
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that.
yeah,
So what's up? What are we doing? We're doing what we're doing, right?
we're doing well. It's a late night talk show, so it's all about you.
There we
I want
go.
to know.
Well,
Okay, you
hello.
say I inspired and me and Deluxe, and
Yeah.
when did you decide? Okay, no, actually, let's go back. You're more versatile in your collecting. You
Correct.
have anime, you have movies, you have like different stuff. What's your first love as a kid?
My first love as a kid was Transformers, plain and
Okay,
simple. When I got a hold of that, that was it. That was like the gateway drug into some of the other stuff, like the big Japanese robots and stuff like that. So, realizing what inspired Transformers and what brought that, but Transformers was my first love when I first saw that come on, and I'm like, and then I got my first hands on one, and I'm like, I got a car and a robot. It was really really cool, and
yeah,
there's a few expensive ones like that I had, like the Megatron. I had Megatron. I had the Devastator set, but most of the time I just had like the mini bots because that's all really my parents
yeah.
could afford was like
How old are you?
Bumblebee and
Like
Cliff
you're
Jumper.
in the early 40s, late
I am
40s.
50, almost 51.
So the predecessor, like the Japanese giant robots, Mazinger and Grandizer and all that
Yes.
stuff. My first
Yes.
love was Grandizer.
Oh, nice.
That's
Nice.
that I have the French DVDs because I watched it in French back then. I have the follow up comic book. I have like just one figure, which is like a model kit, the Infinitism series from Bandai. So
Yeah.
and then when Transformer came out, because Grandizer stopped playing in Quebec in '82
Yeah.
roughly, and then no more giant robots, and then we had Transformers.
Yeah.
So that's when it just continued my love of giant robots.
Yeah, that's what's cool about, well, I think Transformers is that gateway for a lot of people. And then afterwards, then I got into Voltron, I got into the other stuff. Where I got into anime, I didn't really start getting into reviewing anime stuff was I loved it as a kid, Robotech or Macross,
Yeah,
and some of the older ones and the
Dragon
Japanese
Ball.
robots. Yeah. But fun fact, I have never watched a Dragon Ball episode.
Are you Dragon Ball is the only one I've watched,
I
like the
I
whole
have
thing.
never watched one episode of Dragon Ball. I will, but I have not. But what got me
Well,
into it is my daughter started getting into it. And so I
Okay.
was like, well, I want to figure out what my daughter likes. And then I started liking it. And then the figures just are really, really cool that they have that are out there too as well. So I mainly try to stick to Transformers, big ass Japanese robots is what I call it, anime, and then superhero kind of stuff. There'll be some other stuff that's sprinkled in, but I kind of stick to that. I dropped Star Wars. Star Wars just kind of like the toys just didn't appeal to me anymore on
I
it. It just
dropped
ever since.
I dropped Star
Yeah.
Wars as a whole.
Yeah.
Like I
They're
tried the new shows, but then they went out of their way to piss off old fans,
yeah.
and they succeeded. We're all gone now.
Yeah.
So,
But there's a few that I still will collect of Star Wars, but I don't necessarily review Star Wars. That's a really saturated market, is
yeah.
Star Wars reviews. Uh most of, like, even Transformers, all these ones. And so that's where, when I did my channel, what inspired it was I want to be just things that I was passionate about. Um that's what I wanted to review. And basically my friends kind of said, "Hey, you need to do this on video," because I keep telling them, "Oh, I got this new, figure, and it does this and it does that. It's really, really cool." And they're
Live
like,
reviews. There
"Yeah."
you go.
And so I was like, "You need to go buy it. They got one still left at GameStop. Go get it now, or whatever, And so then they said, "Well, you need to start doing, videos." And so I said, "Okay." Well, and that's where I started just researching. And that's where I found your channel. I found Billy, I found you guys, and I just started watching it. And I just said, "Hey, let me just give it a whirl and get in front of a camera and see
I'm
what happens."
surprised that you found my channel before Rodimus Primal and Patriot Prime and Kato and Inutabi and like all the
I
people that
think I'm I'm a I'm a thumbnail guy. I will stop on a thumbnail, and then just seeing you do stuff like this and that. I don't know. That's what
yeah,
drew me in, is just like, because if the thumbnail looks cool, I will do it. I will look at it. And so I'm trying to learn the best thumbnails to do for myself now. But yeah, I
thumbnails
think,
are hard.
yeah,
Like
they
they
are. But
are hard to come up with. Like Jason Patriot Prime has his gimmick that he stayed with the bit. Like
yeah.
if we're talking like comedian, you commit to the bit. So that's what
Mhm.
he did, and it works for him. I had to reinvent myself like 5 times. So if you like my thumbnails where I'm pointing and stuff, that's like my second generation thumbnails, because the first
Yeah.
one was just text and a little picture of the figure, and it sucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
There's
you know,
all sorts of schools of thought on it, right? The ones
Canva.
I think,
That
yeah,
I use Canva a lot.
yeah. I right now I'm using Affinity Photo, and I just got Pixelmator Pro that I'm trying out too as well. I did graphic design way back in the day, a long time ago, and so just uh, taking some of those skills that I use, putting it to what I'm doing now, and things like that too as well. But yeah, my previous life, I was a minister, and so I did a lot of public speaking and things like that. So that's why it kind of comes natural, but I still do say a lot of ums and ahs like we all do.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I
yeah,
tried to edit those as much as like for my spotlight. It was easy. I wasn't on camera.
yeah,
So I could just cut everything. But then when you're reviewing the figure and then there's like but then by the time you move like the figure 5 times, it's like if I cut it, it looks choppy. And so anyway, I find it harder when you're on
yeah.
camera to edit
It's
all the
it's almost like you want an audience to watch and then be able to film that,
yeah.
like I could speak with someone in front of me because there's a live human. I've got to treat that camera like it's a live human being. So I don't know if I just need to put a face on it or something like that, and maybe that'll help, but I don't know.
The pair of boobs underneath.
No, that would I would get too distracted with that. So I've already
Yeah.
got my dick in my hand, so it's just kind of like,
There you go. Nice.
um, but I won't spoil this figure for you. I'll let you play with it. But there's a couple glaring things that I don't like about it. So, but
Yeah.
other than that, it's a good figure.
But did you get the
But
Sunstreaker before?
I do have the Sunstreaker. I haven't opened it yet. And so the thing is I'm before this, I was filming the review for Dick, because one of the things we're wanting to do, this is spoilers for those that watch The Forge, um, is we're going to start putting reviews on The Forge, and any people that don't have a channel but kind of want to do that kind of thing, like we would kind of screen it they send us the video, let us take a look at it and stuff like that.
Okay.
And if it's worthy, we'll put it on there. So that way, for those that say, I don't necessarily want to start a YouTube channel, but I want to just show off, or maybe those that do want to start and maybe they just don't know where to go. And so I was filming this video. This was going to be the first review for the Forge, which is crazy because I'm like, I'm now splitting from that and my channel, so I'm having to choose. And I just realized that my receiver for my microphone, I'm having all sorts of technical issues. I
Yeah,
filmed the
no, it
whole
happens.
thing. I filmed the whole thing and my receiver was off.
Uh, uh,
So no
yeah,
audio.
okay.
And
That's
so
pretty
now
bad.
I have to go over and do voiceover for everything I saw and things like that.
Oh,
So,
and
or just film
that's
it
so
again.
hard. I tried
Yeah.
doing that voiceover over my own reviewing. I can't.
Yeah.
I get
It,
stuck.
yeah. But I may just end up just reviewing it again, but not tonight. I got frustrated and I just said, forget it.
Yeah, sometimes you have to give it a rest. So there you go. We were talking about you, Mike, earlier because I was mentioning your wonderful posters that you make. Yeah, you're the Mr. X Trans bot. I'm still
Yes.
waiting for my Sunstreaker, but apparently we're getting a side swipe this year, but
Yeah,
from
I'm
X Trans.
excited. They showed off X Transbots finally showed off some good product shots of their Galvatron.
Yeah,
And
he does look good.
he looks I like him. There's a lot of people that don't, but I like him. I call him the Ozempic Galvatron because he's a little bit skinnier than like Fans Toys or other ones. But that might be the one that if I was to get one, I'm thinking about that one because I do like to have my bad guys in different scales. Like one of the things I am working on is this year is my combiners and trying to have a vintage, the legends, the mainline, and maybe a masterpiece scale of it. And so just to
Yeah,
have
I can't
that.
afford all that.
Yeah,
I yeah.
it's a lot of money. But when you sell feet pictures and stuff, and they do really well on only. No, I'm just
You
kidding.
need to tell me where because I have great feet, man. I have awesome feet. I'm sure I can make a buck. My wife told me I should try to. I don't know where to sell those, but I probably could find out. But man,
Yeah,
I think I can make a bit of money.
yeah.
But
It's a long journey that's going to take, because especially the masterpiece ones are going to be what are going to
are you
be
getting
really
the
expensive.
Bingo Toys Computron?
Oh, I'd love to get the Bingo Toys Computron.
I
I
just
don't know if I'd get it
paid.
right away, but I would get it.
Straff is on Shozy's store. We were able to because you pre-order with the
Yeah.
deposit on Shozy, but now full payment has been processed.
Oh, nice, nice. I
So
got Show
yeah,
Z hit me with a bunch of like, "Hey, this stuff is ready to go," and I'm like, "Oh crap,"
I'm not getting the emails. Like maybe I don't know if it's because they don't have it in stock yet, but like when they post the price, I go and I pay the balance and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So but yeah,
I'm doing that. They say it's a KO, but I don't know if it's necessarily a KO. But that Legend Scale Predaking that's coming, that they just released Dive Bomb for it, and
yeah,
so they're about $30 or $40 a piece. So I want to do that one to be in that part of that collection. I have the Kang's Toys Predaking, but it's too stylized for what I want it to. I love Kang's Toys for what they do. I love when people
Gang
take
toys
it.
are expensive, but
Yeah, the
their Predaking look
originality. Yeah,
really good.
believe it or not, like I've found like and I think I might have an extra, so I may if I could send it to you if you want it. But they're insecticons that they're making. One of them is it's the beetle. uh Amazon has had them for $27,
Really?
and yeah, and I bought 5 of them. So I said I'm gonna buy them before they realize it's a mistake, because normally that's a $50 to $60 figure. And so
Okay. Well,
I
I'm
bought
not a
several. So
huge. I only have the G1 Insecticons.
yeah,
I didn't get the
these are pretty
legacy one.
cool looking, and they're pretty like
Yeah.
I'll have to show
Maybe I
it to you.
like them.
You'll
I
have to see
was
it.
never a big fan. Like, honestly, it's weird. Out of all the Transformers of
Mhm.
G1, my least favorites are the Insecticon and the Stunticons.
I was about to say Insecticons. Where were those?
Yeah, there you go. But it's just so like but I love Beast Wars, Waspinator, and all these guys were
Yeah,
great. But for some reason, but then they remind me of my cousin who passed away. So I got them at like a toy show last year. They were in great conditions. So
yeah.
but I didn't get the legacy one. I would have gotten like the 3-pack or the 4-pack, but it came with Thundercracker, and I'm like, I don't need
Yeah.
a Nerdprice Thundercracker. So, and now
Yeah.
we got the new mold for Thundercracker before that
Yeah.
kit came, so it's kind of useless now. So anyway,
Yeah, rumor has a lot of what they're doing with More Than Meets the Eye. So I talked to a guy named Autocorrect Primer. You've probably seen him on our show, The Forge,
yeah.
and stuff. So he's pretty connected with the comic book world. He lived in that industry, but from some of his sources, he goes, well, the way Hasbro's treating a lot of this, and the reason why they're changing the name to like More Than Meets the Eye and stuff like that, is they're looking to go into the Skybound stuff. And so they said
Ah,
that Thundercracker is going to be one of those that kind of is, it can fit within Studio series, but that, the 86, but also that Skybound kind of
yeah,
universe.
it
So you
could.
saw, yeah,
Yeah.
which so that's kind of interesting that it's going back to the roots that Hasbro did. Was, when they got Transformers, they said, let's make a comic book of these
Oh,
toys. Yeah.
speaking of which, volume
Oh
2.
yeah. Yeah.
But I love this version because it's old field comic book paper.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Love
And
that.
I love that it's like it totally deviates. I mean, it's not the story that you get in the cartoon. So you have
Yeah,
two
no, it's
Transformer
completely,
universes.
yeah, it's a
Um,
different, everything is different except that, like, they did the broadcast of 2006,
yeah.
which kind of was odd. No explanation. All of a sudden, we have Ultra Magnus and Hot Rod and or Rodimus Prime, and I'm like, okay, I guess
Yeah.
they just kind of jump, and then we go to Headmasters and Power Masters. But I'm glad I have this book now. It just arrived today because now I'll be able to know what the hell is on under based Power Starscream and who's
Yeah.
Thunderwing that Jason's been raving about for the longest time. You know, so it's just cool that I'll be able to finally finish those.
Yeah, the ones I really got into, especially from a comic book, and then I started. I watched the cartoons. Is the Japanese series, Victory, Headmasters, Super God Master Force, Super God. I mean, Headmasters is painful, but Transformers Victory kind of like that reminded me of the old school G1. Kind of good versus evil. That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've really been on the Transformers Victory kind of kick on stuff. So when I see stuff that has to do with that Star Saber, Death Saurus, those guys, I really want to land cross a Road Caesar. I know we got Lio Kaiser coming later from the HasLab, but those were really cool because I was again got into anime manga. And I saw there was Transformers manga,
Yeah.
and that's where I started seeing about Star Saber and all those guys.
Yeah, I never got into that. I tried the like English bad dub of Headmasters, and
Headmasters is bad.
yeah, it wasn't great. But then I watched a bit of because of the Pretenders. I wanted to watch a bit of this that series, so I
Yeah,
gave it a shot. It's not bad. It's kind of cool.
yeah,
But Skybound has been a
amazing.
revelation in it's fantastic. Void Rival. The fact that there's somebody out there that said we're gonna do Void Rivals, we're gonna include those two things, those two warring factions,
Yeah,
but we're gonna repurpose Beta.
yeah,
I was so
yeah.
happy that she's not I'm not the only one who remembers her because I've been saying it for years. We need not year, well, yeah, years now. But when they did their Hero is Born pack
Hmm.
with, I said we need to have Ariel and Dion, and we got it. The
Yeah,
other pack, I said we need an A3 and a Beta, and now the last Alpha Trion we got for Age of the Prime has that gimmick where you pop the Autobot logo from his chest and you can put him in his hand like he did. But that's not young Alpha Trion that did that. It's A3. So I'm
yeah.
thinking we're going to hopefully get an A3 soon, like a 2-pack A3 with Beta, which could be a retool of any freaking girl they want. I don't care. I just need the face sculpt. I'll be happy, So
Yeah,
that's,
I mean,
that's
yeah.
my wish.
Yeah, Skybound has been I love because it's telling original stories.
Yeah.
Again, using these characters that we love, and really, more of a mature take on some of that too as well. And I love the fact that there's an animated series. I think someone said it in the chat. An animated series is coming of that Transformers.
Yeah,
Um,
Benjamin
yeah,
just mentioned that.
yeah,
It's
Kirkman's going to be in charge, that kind of thing. So if it's anything like Invincible that's on Prime, then I think it'll be great.
I haven't watched Invincible yet.
It's really good.
I probably should watch it.
It's really good. I mean, and that's a great story too, as well. And so Kirkman's just a genius in how his storytelling
Yeah.
on that and how he's setting everything up. And I'm glad they put him kind of in charge of all that.
That's a
The whole,
that's an interesting point that Clinical is making. They need to realize that GI Joe was never popular outside the USA. I don't think it was. I don't like in the UK they had Action Force, right? Which is why Valaverse, Bobby Vala, was able to purchase because that was an abandoned IP, and
yeah,
then he bought it and made all those awesome figures. I wish I was more into military stuff because I would love to have some Valaverse
yeah.
stuff.
There's certain lines I just can't get into just because it's just I don't want to diversify too much. GI Joe is one of those. Um, Masters of the I may get into Masters of the Universe with that movie because that movie looks freaking awesome.
It does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
the
looks
the trailer
crazy.
really hit some good nerves. Like it,
And if those and so far
yeah,
from the toys, I'm liking kind of what it looks like.
yeah.
But
They did. Well, the DJC Collectibles is gonna get those. Those. I'm not gonna. I don't collect. I have one He Man who's right there, and oh, we can't see it, but it's the battle armor He Man because I
yeah,
had that was my first He Man as a kid. I was way more into Masters of the Universe than I was
yeah,
Transformers, and
yeah,
so yeah, it's the I wanted to have like the new version, but then I wanted to have the Skeletor too, but I really didn't like how the Skeletor, the new Masterverse one looked. So anyway, I
yeah.
skipped it.
But yeah, that I may get the movie versions of those characters. I haven't decided yet what I want to do with that. But but I just love like again, like Mask has been introduced. Spoilers for anyone. Mask was introduced into the Skybound universe. And I
I'm not
love
familiar
the
with Mask because, like I said earlier, during my solo act, it was never a show I was able to watch or get into. Like I knew about it, and it was I saw a couple episodes. It was fun,
yeah,
but so now they're bringing a lot of stuff into the Skybound universe because I'm only at like the I buy the 6 issues
yeah,
trade paperback,
hmm,
so I'm only at like 24 maybe. I
yeah,
have 4 books of each Transformers and Board Rivals, but I
yeah,
didn't get like everything. I'm not getting the GI Joes, and I'm not getting
yeah,
because I outgrew GI Joe very at an early age, and then even Masters of the Universe, like I can't watch the old shows. It's
yeah.
it doesn't resonate at all. So
Yeah, some of those old ones are after you watch them as an adult,
yeah.
you're like, this is painful.
Hey,
you know.
quick shout out to the guy who made my robot intro. That's Gabe the
Oh,
animator.
nice.
Yeah, he's the one who
Nice.
he's across the river right here in Ottawa, and
Very
I
cool.
reached out to him and I'm like, man, I want to have like that Iron Man sequence.
Very
Where
cool.
in
Yeah.
Avengers he's being de-armored. I want myself to be armored and turned into my mascot, and that's what he did.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, can't
That's
complain. You did a great
yeah,
job.
that's awesome. But yeah, I know Loyal Subjects has got those mask vehicles coming. There's been some QC issues with some of those. I'm
Yeah,
okay. I mean, the hard part about that too is though is like if you've played with like I know Ramen Toys has their Machina Labs Red Gullwing, which came out, which was the Thunderhawk. Um, And then now you got Loyal Subjects, which is a $50 Thunderhawk versus this $200 one. Of course, the $200 one's going to be a bit more premium. And so I'm hoping that Loyal Subjects, because they're a smaller company that just it's scaled really big. They didn't realize how popular Mask would be, I guess.
yeah.
So I'm hoping they're able to within the wave two, they're able to learn from some of those mistakes from the wave one.
Yeah, I saw there's only 2 vehicles though from DJC. Is it what's the company again you mentioned?
Loyal Subjects.
Loyals. Is that the one? Yeah, I guess it has to be that one.
Yeah. And so the
Uh,
vehicles that are out now is the Rhino. I guess they call it the Mobile Defense Unit, the Switchblade, which is they changed the name of that one, the Condor, and the Thunderhawk.
yeah, those are the one that it doesn't, the post at DJC doesn't mention the oh yeah, loyal subject. It's in the description, not because sometimes it's part of the, the figure title. So loyal subject. So,
Yeah, and
but
look at the stuff they've made before. I mean, like they make a lot of like 80s of the female characters and things like that. And so this mask looks like it's a new venture for them. But
okay.
I don't remember if they've made anything else that was that. But I'm excited about that. I was like vehicles that turn into other vehicles. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a nice idea. Like
Yeah,
I totally, gimmicks were so, we're not having any gimmicks.
no,
Right now it's like the last gimmick that Hasbro did was Evo Fusion in the Legacy line, right?
yeah,
So where the gun kind of hides as part of the car, so we have like a shitty bumper for Beachcomber
hmm,
because it connects, and then the antenna for the speaker was the blaster's gun. Like it's just Evo. It's not a gimmick. It's just
yeah.
trying to hide the weapon in plain sight. It just, that was a dumb idea.
Yeah,
But I'm
I could see them going through like a airport security. No, this is my bumper.
yeah,
It's a rifle.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. Take out your gun. So
yeah,
yeah,
it's a rifle. Yeah, the reviews of the loyal subject stuff has been pretty terrible on it.
yeah,
They have been pretty ruthless. Didn't stop me from getting them though, and I will eventually review them myself. And part of what I like to do in my reviews is I like to think of it like I wanted to transport you back to being when you were a kid. Like you opened it up, you played with it, and the feeling you got from that stuff. Sure, there
yeah.
may be stuff that's wrong with it or whatever that's not great, but how did it make you feel when you first opened let's say the new age side swipe that comes? How did it make you feel when you got that out and you went, oh wow, it looks like the Lamborghini or whatever, so
I get those
uh
feelings a lot more these days with Icon collectibles.
yeah,
So the Conan figure, the Dark Knight,
those look
Tigra,
good. Yeah,
oh man, they are so, like, honestly, it's hard not to get more.
and
I ordered the new Conan, like the Masters of the Universe style figure, but the bigger, like 1/12 scale that they have.
yeah,
The Tigra, like, I'm the Fire and Ice is a movie I rediscovered.
oh
Uh,
wow,
because I knew I watched it as a kid, and then I saw a couple, like, Facebook clips at some point. You're like, what the hell is this? I know this. You search, you're like, oh, and then I bought the figures, and I
yeah,
got the Blu-ray, and it's just such a good movie. But then I tried to, like, I'm Facebook friend with Ralph Baxi, who
yeah,
directed the movie and made it with Frank Frazetta. And then I watched a couple of his other stuff, and like the Lord of the Rings stuff was really good. His movie Wizard, I don't think aged really well because there's a whole section of Nazi propaganda. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's in
it's
1977.
like
It's like,
old
yeah,
school Captain America and Superman back in the day.
yeah, exactly. It was like, okay, all right, I can see why people called him controversial,
Yeah,
but it's uh it's just been a fun ride to watch, like, old movie. And now with AI, as much as I'm afraid of what it can do, I was able to find a movie called, I probably you've never seen, The Time Masters. It's,
no,
or The Lord of Times, or it's a European movie that I watched as a kid in like 82, and thinking about it now, I knew I misunderstood that movie and I didn't like it, but I wanted to see it again. And then I just, with AI, I typed as much as details as I found I could remember. And it just said, oh, it's this movie, sent me a link, watched it. I totally did not understand that movie as a kid. Now I understand it. It's freaking awesome. So
no,
if you have a
great,
chance, it's like, yeah, the Time Masters. It's
yeah.
older animation. It's really, really good.
No, no, I've been watching on YouTube right now. The Getter Robo Armageddon. So which has been really good. So I found someone who upscaled the copy. I mean, it's still in Japanese and stuff like that, but they cleaned it up and it looks really good on that. So but I think it's cool that, like, especially some of these toy companies, these independent or these smaller companies are making some really quality things,
Yeah.
and making them and listening to the fans too as well. You know, when they say, "Hey, this seems a little off," so then their next one comes out and it's just like, "Oh, they listened to me," you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Caliburst is
and
good for that. Brutal, no, not Brutal Realms. AWOC, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, Spiral Toys.
yeah,
That I have. I That's one Kickstarter I backed because of Kato was promoting, a lot of that stuff back then, and I said if he does a Minotaur, I'll back it, I'll buy it, and then of course he did a Minotaur. So Spiro made a Minotaur. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna buy it. But I've been waiting for that thing since 2024. Like it's a long time, and because of COVID and tariffs and everything,
yeah,
it delayed everything. And then I have another quick Kickstarter, another indie company, Brutal Realm, and they made the like a Barbarian series. Like that's before I knew that Frazetta Icon Collectibles was coming where with the Conan figure. So I backed
yeah.
that. And that's been another 2 years that I didn't. We get updates every month, but it's just delays, 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 delays.
Yeah. Another cool company, is it Four Horsemen?
Yep.
Yeah.
The
They're
Mythic Legion series,
yeah. I
uh,
it, I
really good.
love original takes. You know, I used to think, you need to have like an IP or something like that to really, but these original takes that they have on their stuff, uh I remember my first figure with them was the Jacob Marley, and I was like, I got a Christmas Carol one. I want it. And so I'm like, but then I got it out and I was like, this thing's freaking awesome.
Oh, Kato
Uh
reviewed that. I remember
yeah.
that, like that ghost with the chains
Yes.
and oh man, that was beautiful.
It's a crazy, and then so I'm like, man, I need to see if they have any others in that line, and they do. They have like Krampus, they have the Headless Horseman, Monkey King, all these ones, and so, but that's a great company. Moshow Toys, they're doing their own original IP stuff too as well, and I think that's really really cool, especially for
Oh,
those that
there's a
like some of that stuff.
company. I don't know. Hold on. I have to look up an order because I have my birthday gift is already here, and my wife will eventually let me open it, but only at my birthday.
When is your
Uh,
birthday?
the 27th of this month.
Oh wow, okay,
So I have the what is it? Nope. It's like a white tiger that does kung fu.
okay. Oh
Maestro
yes,
Union.
I know. I
Fu-
think I know.
Fury Planet. Can I add a share here?
I think so. There's a little button at the bottom that has share screen. Yeah. Yes, that thing looks so good.
So that's another thing. Kato reviewed like the orange version, and I said, "Oh, if they make a white version, I'll buy it." Of course, they do a freaking white version.
Yeah.
So, because every time I'm trying to say, "Oh, I would buy it," but then the
Stop
but gets
saying that.
removed. Yeah, exactly. It's like, "Oh, I'll buy that if," and then it's nah.
Well, maybe you should say I'd buy it, but the beta, I'd
Yeah,
buy beta if they made it, but
but yeah,
so
exactly. Oh, yeah, I would buy bed if they made it though. That I really want.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
but it's just there's so many good toy companies out there now, and 3D printing stuff. Like
yeah.
I recently bought a bunch of quintessons, like two quintessons, and then if you have, I'll have to go check my collection tour 2026 video. I have a War Dawn shelf, which is
Okay.
like the Guardian robot,
Mm-hmm.
the Alpha Trion, and like the young version with Dion, who's blown to piece because it's the cup mold, so you can separate him. Orion packs, and then I have 3D printed flatbeds from that episode, and the two type of warriors that the Megatron's army.
Okay.
So
Very cool. Very
yeah,
cool. But
so it's the only shelf I have that's like it's just that's an episode shelf.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that. So
I think
that's
it's
cool.
great that we have more companies to choose from than just like a Hasbro, Mattel, Playmates, those type of things that, depending on where you want to be and in every price range for you, you know, that you can kind of pick which version. If you're like the ultra high end, they have a high end version of this figure if you want it. Or if you're like,
Yeah, like
I
Mezco and Hot Toys, they make freaking
yeah,
beautiful stuff, but it's $500, 600
yeah.
bucks,
Or
even
if you're
three
like,
zero.
yeah. Or if you're like, I just got to find some change out of the couch, there's a figure for you, you know, you'll be able to
Yeah,
get it.
that's the thing.
And I think people, you know, a lot of times you gotta keep your expectations where the cost is on some of these things too, as well. You can't have a $15 figure and expect it to be the same as that $100 figure, or whatever it
No,
may
that's the
be.
thing. I'm a mainline guy. I've accepted that I don't have the budget to collect all masterpiece, but I will indulge in a few figures. But that's when,
I
like,
Yeah,
like the icon collectibles figures, like the Dark Wolf was a no, not Dark Wolf. Tigra was my Christmas gift.
yeah,
Like it's just different. Like I'll buy the figure, but then I'll give it to my wife, and then she'll sell them to whoever wants to buy me a gift, and then she
yeah,
gives me back the money, and it's
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Oh, she understood that. Man, she's getting better at English, but she said maybe she'll change her mind and not give it to me. No, no, no. Please,
Oh,
honey, I want that tiger because she just saw the price. Then
she
anyway,
could probably go, what can I get Raz to do?
yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah,
on that.
no,
So that's it. But yeah, no, man, I'll tell you what, it's fun to be a collector. It's bad on the wallet, but it is definitely fun to be a collector, and it's fun to share it with other people too. That's the
yeah,
great thing about this community is just being able to share that kind of stuff and
yeah.
just talk shop.
Yeah, I wish I could share more. Like I didn't have a bigger budget and send gifts to people, and like I don't have the money for that. So
Yeah, I did have Derek, as I was telling you about autocorrect, on one of my shows, I said we were talking about X-Men and we were talking about Megatron. I said I'd love to have a Megatron and Wolverine fighting, you know, where like, you know, I'd love to see that fight, you know, Wolverine with the adamantium, like you can just have like half of Megatron's face
yeah,
gone and then Wolverine just has this big old blast in his side with the ion cannon. Well, he drew like he sent that to me, man. That's pretty freaking
nice.
awesome. And so,
That's
you know,
so cool.
yeah, and I was like, man, it came in the mail yesterday, and so Derek, man, Derek, if you're watching this, you're the man on that.
That's
So
really nice.
yeah, so I think that would be one of the coolest crossovers, Magneto and Optimus Prime. I wonder how that would go with the Master of Magnetism and the Autobot leader, you know. So
Oh,
uh,
Magneto cannot, for the same reason he shouldn't fight the Avengers, because then he would crush the Shield, crush Iron Man, crush everybody.
yeah, there's some like that are OP characters, right? You
Yeah,
know, so
exactly. You know, but then I'd love to see Windcharger versus Magneto.
that'd be
Both,
interesting. Yeah.
with magnetic powers, so that'd be different.
Yeah, that would be
So
pretty cool. But yeah, that's something that that's why we do this with this community of people that just kind of look out for you and you can talk about these things and they're like, "Oh yeah, let me just he used his talent, drew it and it was so cool." So,
yeah, well, that's the thing. When we went to Baltimore, like, okay, my first experience at a TFCon was in Toronto, and I went alone. And my channel was fairly new, and I didn't know anybody. I wasn't going there to meet with anybody. But I didn't know, so I booked like the 3 days,
yeah.
Friday, Saturday. So I went to the auction in the evening, and Saturday, spend the day, and then by Sunday, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna go home like at noon. I didn't want to stay until like 4, and
Yeah.
so I had seen the people I wanted to see. That's when I met Greg Berger and was able to get him for an interview. Um, so I should have went for more actors, but anyway.
Yeah.
And but so I went, but the second time I wasn't going to go because I didn't have like it wasn't as fun as I expected it to be.
Yeah.
But then the second time, Paul Eiding slipped that during my interview with him. He said, "Oh, I'm going to Toronto." I'm like, "That's not announced yet." Like, TFCon
Yeah.
hadn't announced that he was going. So, but then I decided I'm just gonna do a back and forth. So I drove 5 hours to Toronto, met Paul, shook his hand, we chatted for a bit. Then I went to his panel, checked the showroom a little bit. I still ended up spending money, of course. And then at 5 o'clock, I went back to see Paul again. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I came by to see you. It was great. Have fun. So we shook hands. And then I left. So I did like 1 day, 10-hour drive. And so that's why when going to Baltimore, now I was like, I'm going to go meet people. It's going to
Yeah.
be fun. My biggest fear is because that goes back to when you're a kid. When you're like, I've said this
Hmm.
many times. I've started my channel for the wrong reasons. I wanted to do what the cool kids did because I thought automatically the cool kids were going to invite me to do
Yeah.
their stuff, right? It eventually happened, but it took, longer than I expected. Or, I kind of realized these guys don't need me. Like they have their own
Yeah.
stuff. I have to do my stuff for myself. So going to TFCon, I knew I was going to go meet you guys, Ultra Megatronus and Ken. I was rooming with them and everything. But also, I wanted to hang out with the people I watched
Yeah.
before I started. And being accepted by like Patriot Prime, was so amazing to me. Moment he saw me, he's like, "Hey, we're going to eat. You want to come?" Oh, cool. Yeah, okay, I'm in. Like that was I'm part of the cool kids now.
Yeah.
So Deluxe and Kato and Rodimus Primal, which he's the first one I watched. And first thing he arrives, he's like, I have to bring in these crates. And me, Martin, and Michael, Dark Ravage, we all, we'll go with you. So that's our first thing we did with him was put him in the truck.
Yeah.
So that was really fun and
Yeah.
a good time. So now we're going again.
Yeah.
And
Orlando's going to be a blast.
oh man, but Jason can't make it.
Oh,
That
no.
now because of his job, and
Yeah.
I'm like, we're all bummed, and he's crushed by that. Like he said, like he really wants to come, but because of what he does for
Yeah.
work and the election time, he's not going to be able to make it. So that sucks. Would have loved to hang out with him again, but then Bert, the stormtrooper who wasn't at Orlando, is probably going to be there. So I can't wait to hang out with him and then seeing Deluxe and Kato and hopefully Inutabi as well.
Yeah.
Like so, and then seeing you again and everybody. So it's just going to be fun. But
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. My first TFCon was the Orlando a few years ago, when it was in Orlando, and yeah, I was like you. I was a small channel, I think, and then just I'm an introvert at heart. Like
I think
if
we
I'm
all
out,
are.
yeah, and I'm like, when I'm out in a crowd, I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah.
So, and you don't want to step over somebody or you don't want to do any of that kind of stuff. You just want to make sure, you don't want to rock the boat, anything like that. You're like, I don't want to impose or whatever it may be. And so that's how I felt in that. But yeah, in Baltimore, it was just like a totally different feeling. It was just like you felt like your family on
Yeah.
that pretty much. And that was what was so cool about that. And I would encourage anyone that's watching this, don't be afraid to talk to these people because they
Yeah.
are they they'll treat you just like you're a brother or a sister or whatever it may be. They're not
Yeah.
like, oh, get away from me, that kind of thing. No, they'll take the time.
Yeah. There was one girl in Baltimore that everybody hated though, because oh no, she was. You know which one I'm talking about. The one that the cosplayer that wouldn't take pictures
Oh
because
yeah, yeah,
she was like
yeah.
super like, oh no, no, don't come near my stuff. Don't like she's sitting at her booth, not selling anything. Like she had like artwork and stuff. Nobody's
Yeah.
buying because every time everybody asked for a question, she said no. And it's like you're cosplaying at like at the convention, you're gonna get asked for pictures.
Yep.
Just take it.
Yeah.
I took a
No.
few pictures. There was a little girl, 7, 8 years old, who was cosplaying Lifeline.
Yeah.
Like, she knows Lifeline from like what 3 frames in that one episode, and she's cosplaying her. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah. 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 So cool.
So
So cool. Can't wait. I want to, if it can be swung or swinged or whatever, I don't know. Because TFCon happens at the same time that if you're a horror fan, that Universal Studios has their Halloween horror nights. And so it would be so cool one night for all of us to go to that Halloween horror nights and go to these different houses, these haunted houses that they have there that are pretty, they do a really crazy job with that. Like they had a Saw house one year. They had a bunch of Megans, which was creepy on that. So
probably, yeah.
yeah, but
I'm not huge on horror anymore, but
yeah,
it might be. We'll see how everything goes and
yeah.
who can swing. Also, money, because I'm guessing Universal is not cheap.
It's yeah, the ticket's probably going to be about $100 or something like that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it's
can
a
buy a
pricey ticket.
Transformer for that. But that's the thing. Like I barely buy Transformers now.
Yeah,
Like at conventions and stuff. Like it. I have, like I said, my goal is this poster, and once I have the poster, I'm pretty much done. Except updating my Seekers with the new
yeah,
mold. But then I have to sell my Earthrise version. But now it's my Earthrise is like sitting on a stand here. I'm like, hey, it looks good in plain mode. Maybe I
yeah,
can double it, but I don't really need a second Thundercracker. So
yeah. That's how it was with my Earthrise Prime, and then Studio Series Prime came out, and I'm like, I still kept Earthrise. I love them.
I kept
Yeah,
Earthrise, but I'm thinking of selling him. Like it's
yeah,
just it's room too. Because my
yeah,
wife was like, "Oh, you can put some in bins." I'm like, "No, I will not collect stuff to go in a bin. I don't understand that."
yeah,
Like
yeah,
if 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 I take it out of the shelf because I'm not gonna look at it, I'm just gonna sell it.
yeah,
If it's unworthy for the shelf, then why am I like I don't collect also that's one thing. I don't collect for the value and the
yeah.
reselling option and so
No, I get that.
oh
That's
you're
totally.
so right. Fire and ice storm, dude. I'm gonna get dressed as Tigra and go. I'll have a bikini and a like black cat. I'll go.
Oh no, that you may be able to sell enough to get sell enough photos
Yeah.
to
Oh yeah.
afford some
Yeah.
stuff. There
I'm
we
gonna
go.
start that OnlyFans.
That's
So,
it.
but I have
That's it.
Necron on pre-order, like the Ice Wizard in the movie, and
Yeah,
man, he looks so good.
yeah. I think that's part of like why I diversify is because there gets to be a place where you're like, now what,
Yeah. Well,
and
look at
so now,
Jason. He finished his G1 collection, and now
yeah,
he's deep into GoBots. Like
yeah,
every week, three GoBots. It's like, all right, I guess you're never done collecting.
no, you're
I
not,
want to be able to complete my collection, like my poster, and then after that, just nitpick here and there, a few things.
yeah.
So
I'll probably because I'm a very ADD brain kind of collector. Is like I change out, I'll rotate them, going, oh, okay, let's put this one over here or this over there. I actually got bins of stuff that I'm getting a table at a anime convention that we're having here in Knoxville.
okay.
So I'm hoping to sell some stuff there. Fanboy, it's from a company, it's a group, Fanboy Anime Expo, and they bring in a bunch of people. They have the whole Grand Theft Auto 5 cast coming, so which is crazy. Um,
Wow.
so
Okay.
no, not Grand Theft Auto 5. The one that happened in LA, that with the in the Compton and stuff like that. I don't remember which one that
Oh,
one was.
that's the
San
San
Andreas. San
Andreas. Yeah,
Andreas. Yeah, they
I
have.
like that. You know what was great about that game is that you start in the hood and then you move around and eventually you miss the hood. Like man,
Yeah,
I miss the hood.
yeah.
That
My
was a
favorite GTA was Vice City. I
me
love
too.
Vice City.
Tommy Vercetti was so Ray Liotta did
And
a
Ray
great
Liotta as
job.
that voice. I mean, just
Yeah, and
forget
then
about it.
the radio shows from the 80s,
Yep.
with Maurice
And the music.
Chavez and
Yep.
Laszlo, and like it was just so iconic. And
I think
I
that's why I
had
loved it, because
so
the
much fun.
music was what we grew up with,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It's a
Uh
big
yeah.
nostalgia. All
Yeah.
this here is nostalgia. So
I was one of
it
those
works with
weird idiots
music
that
too.
would and I was one of those weird idiots that would be like, let me see what happens if I just obey the law this time. You just drive the speed limit, let people
Oh, dude,
cross,
I don't think my I don't know if 10 years ago or maybe more than that now. Oh yeah, more than 10 years ago. My brother-in-law was at my place, and he's a very by the law guy, and so I give him the controller because my he wanted to try it, and he stopped at every red light. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And my sister was super defensive. She's like, "No, no, like let him play if he wants to play like that." I'm like, "You're a thief. You're a criminal." At the time, I didn't understand it.
Yeah,
It just. But now, if you want to stop
yeah.
at red lights, on it's your thing. But I thought it was at the time. I couldn't believe it.
But
It
if
was
you
just
ever
like,
want to see the worst come out of someone, take them to a hockey game. So it's like, I remember my first hockey game. I was like, I don't know if I really like this. And then all of a sudden, just something comes over you and you're banging on the glass and you're like, and so I
I
tell people, I
stopped.
was like,
Yeah, I stopped
yeah,
watching hockey young. Like after
yeah,
Montreal won the cup in '93, that's probably the last series where I really got invested in it.
yeah,
But then when I moved away from all my childhood friends, and then the salaries became public, and then that's when you realize, oh, they're not just having fun; it's a job for them.
yep,
And then they're complaining about not making 3 millions, and oh, but this guy's making 4 millions, and it kind of just yeah. And then the
yeah,
quality, there's too many teams. The quality went down.
yeah.
I'll
I
go
guess
ahead.
for me it was like a minor league,
Yeah,
because minor league was fun.
yeah.
Watching that. I've never been to a major, like a NHL game
I've
or
never
anything like
been to
that.
an NHL game because growing up north, we didn't have any arenas or teams nearby. But
Yeah,
even when I moved here, we have the Ottawa Senators, and I've been once to that arena to see monster trucks.
yeah.
So and that was fun. But I
Hey,
kind
monster
of
trucks are great.
yeah, of course they are. But I mean, no, they're good in short clips
Yeah,
when you see them crushed up. But when you're at a live show, there's a lot of downtime where it's just the noise.
everyone's setting things up, and yeah, just like,
Yeah, and then
you
oh,
want a hot
let's
dog?
move
Yeah.
this crushable car here, and then it was just like, eh, I'm not
But
gonna
then
go
when,
again.
when
It was just
Bigfoot comes out and crushes it, you're like,
yeah,
So,
but it's like that 3 seconds adrenaline.
yeah,
And also, I was 45 when I went, so I'm not from areas where this is the life,
yeah.
most. And they're
Oh,
like,
I'm from
"Oh, we
this.
have like a returning champion," and I'm looking at this stuff. I'm like, "It's pure luck." Like if like it's
Yeah,
like it's not a real. It's like wrestling. It's
yeah,
predetermined. Oh, you're going to be the champ this week, and then you're going to be the champ next
yeah,
week, and
yeah.
you know,
But I tell you what, I am from an area because of the South. That is all the stuff right there. We went to
okay,
a convention, and it was it was anime verse and wrestling verse. So they had wrestling guests and anime guests. And so as we're waiting in line to get in, I asked my daughter, I was like, "We're gonna play a game. Wrestling fan or anime fan?" And
right,
so by what they're wearing. And so here comes someone all decked out with swords and stuff. Oh, anime fan. And then here comes someone with like a torn Bud Light shirt. It's the wrestling fan,
yeah,
it was
exactly,
kind of fun doing that. And Sting was there. That Sting, I wish I would have got to see Sting that because I know he's not doing really any convention appearances anymore on that.
yeah.
So, or at least
I
in mask and stuff. So
I stopped watching wrestling. I know it was in the '90s because we were big into it, like the Attitude Era,
yeah.
Stone Cold, and the Rise of
I
the
think that was
Rock, and
kind of towards the end of my watching was
yeah,
around
exactly.
then.
But then, like, I think I had heard. Maybe I saw one match with John Cena, like
Yeah.
and it early stuff, so I didn't. And I tried to watch it when they went on Netflix because at that
Yeah.
point it was accessible for me because it didn't play in any networks, or I didn't have TV, right? So like, because we just stream now. Me and my
Yeah.
wife, like we gave up
Same
on
here.
cable. Yeah.
Same here.
So now that Netflix has, it's like I watched like the first night, and I thought it was like there's an hour and a half show, maybe more, and there's like three matches. It's like, whoa, man, we used to have like matches after match after match for
Yeah.
3 hours straight and a bit of talking. But now it's like posing and talking about tribal chiefs, and I'm like, all right, I guess it's it. So instead, I went back. Like my son wanted to watch a little wrestling, so I went back and pulled the WrestleMania 10 match,
Yeah.
Owen versus Brett. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't get any better than this, you know. So
Yep. Yep. Back in the day.
all
Good
right,
old
take care,
back in the
Gabe.
day. Oh
People are
man.
leaving. Yeah.
Yeah, people
Well,
are
it's
leaving. They're like,
10:30. Yeah,
yeah, it is.
we're at the end of your hour, and
Um,
we have.
you're like, you're done.
Yeah, we had such a great time. It's
Oh
always
yeah,
fun
it's
to
the
talk to
last.
people. I have to
Oh
find
yeah.
a guest for next week. That's the only thing now because I want to do this. I have to reach out to people and say, "Hey, you want to,
Yeah.
do the stream?"
Yeah.
And I try to keep it for Fridays, 9
Yeah.
p.m. I want to create that audience of people that might join at some point. So yeah.
Yeah. I know like Chris Horton of the Transformers Third Party Kingdom is putting together like a channel guide of when people are having shows. So you should make sure you're on that, so if it's Fridays at 9:30, you're boom, this is what's going on, or something like that too as well. So Quentin's still here.
Oh
So
yeah, Quentin's
but
one of my greatest supporters. So
there we
thanks,
go.
man.
But yeah.
That's the thing.
But
I
no,
don't have a
man.
lot of subscribers, but they're pretty fun and
They are.
they're always there and they're very supportive. So
Absolutely.
it's fun.
Well, we
But
got to get you back on the Forge, so on
no,
that sometime.
anytime.
Yeah.
I love that's the thing now. My wife, made me realize I like the sound of my own voice. So why not just, talk?
That's
So
it. That's it.
yeah.
But yeah, man, it's been fun. It's been a blast. Thank you for having me on
Hold
that.
on, we
So
gotta pick on Ken. What the hell, man? Where do I eat at 5 p.m. every night? Every like after work, 5 p.m. I eat. It's 10:30, and hasn't eaten yet. When was your last meal, Ken? Like it's not healthy that late. That's when you absorb. Your body doesn't digest before you go to bed. Like we're not
only in New
Europe.
York.
We're
Only in New
yeah, but
York.
we're not Europe. Europe they eat at like 9. It's crazy.
Yeah. It is weird. I'm going to bed, so all
Yeah.
that.
I'm
This
gonna
is
have a
past my
snack,
bedtime.
but not a
Yeah.
lunch.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
But no,
But
man,
thanks
yeah,
for having me.
absolutely.
Well, just
Absolutely. No,
keep
having you, thanks for having me. So,
oh yeah, sorry. Thanks for coming over. Sorry. I'm used to being on other people's channels still, so
yeah.
but thanks for accepting to, meet with me.
Yeah, anytime, man. Anytime
So
you
where
need
can
anything,
people
just let me
find
know.
you? Plug your stuff.
In Knoxville, Tennessee, and if you want to send your tax returns this way, please do so. No, but
Yeah.
no, you can find me the good, the bad, the awesome. If you spell that out, I think I'm the only channel with that name. That was purposeful, finding a channel name that was like that. Am I the only one? So the good, the bad, the awesome. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Now on TikTok, I'm known as the food, the bad, the awesome because I misspelled it when I made it, and then someone grabbed the good, the bad, the awesome after that. So, so I'm the food, the bad, the awesome on TikTok. So
Okay, that's weird, but cool.
yeah. So maybe I
All
just
right.
gotta eat a burrito while I'm doing reviews or something. I don't know.
And then you have the Forge.
Yep, the Forge on Sunday nights with Billy the Kid. We do that. We just started the YouTube channel for the Forge, so we're trying to separate it out of our channels and just kind of making sure it's its
I'm
own thing.
thinking of doing that with the night shift, like the
Yeah,
simulcast to boat for
yeah, yeah,
just to have the. I think
yeah,
there's value in that.
yeah. And I think and you can it allows for growth in a different way.
Yeah,
So
because I'm
that's
not
with
getting any views on Facebook, so I could just channel, you know,
yeah,
stream to both channels. So, yeah, thinking
yeah.
about it.
Yep, no worries. Yeah, here and but yeah, I'm gonna get ready to go. I don't know if I'm gonna go to work tomorrow. They're they already said we're late opening. I know someone said about snow. We were getting about here in the south. It's shuts down the south. We're getting 3 to 6 inches of snow,
Okay,
and
I'm
so
gonna
that's
laugh in Canadian right now.
yeah, I know. Yeah, for us, like all the bread and milk is gone. No one knows how to drive. It shuts
Oh
down the
shit,
city
man!
for like 4 or 5 days. It's just because we don't have the infrastructure
You know how
to
much
remove
of
that stuff.
you know how much of not fresh snow but packed snow I have
Yeah.
on my driveway right now. It's about this thick. Because it
Oh, I bet.
accumulates and then you step on it, and so I have
Well,
6 inch that I cannot remove at all.
yeah,
So,
well, you give us half an inch of snow, it shuts down schools for 3 days. So
oh my god! But then I laugh at you guys with snow because you're not used to it. There's no
yeah,
proper infrastructure for that. If here in Gatineau, I would be hit with a hurricane, it would be disastrous. Everybody would die, and then you guys would be like, "Oh no, the hurricane, no problem."
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah.
So,
That's that's it. No, thank
yeah,
you, man. Thank you
yeah,
for
not a
letting
problem.
me shoot the whatever with y'all.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. Also, leave a comment. We love reading those. Keep coming back. We have more on the way. And remember that nothing in life gives you right to be an asshole. Take care.